So today what we are going to do, we are going to attempt question number 3, and question number 3 is the existence of subculture best explain the deviant behavior. So deviant behavior is like you might consider yourself in the non-conformity behavior, because conformity is something that you are agree with the social institution norms, values, and their functions, but the deviant behavior, that's something you are maybe reluctant to accept it, and as the result we can see your deviant behavior. For example, few people are protesting against their organizations, so you might say that they have deviant behavior. They are not agreeing, or they are not aligned with the organizational activities or the management operations and all XYZ. So this is a similar question we are going to attempt, and question is that existence of subculture best explain the deviant behavior. So first we will understand that what is subculture. Remember that we are not talking about the culture, we are talking about the subculture. When we have the culture, culture is a broader term, and we have few more culture inside the culture, that's become a subculture. For example, there is a one culture, and we said the religion culture, this is known as Islam. Islam has its different culture, but when we understand about its subculture, you would realize that there are again different groups in the Islam. Now they have their own cultures. Okay, so you might say that there is a broader culture, and then we have some different culture. For example, we say we belongs to a Pakistan, so Pakistan has a different culture. But when we come on to subcultures, we have Punjab, Sindh, Balochistan, and KPK. They have different cultures. So these cultures become subcultures when we will talk about the broader perspective of overall country culture. So existence of subculture explain the deviant behavior. This is something we have to explain. So we are going to attempt 10 marks question. So first try to understand that what can be the format of the question. Now if you have some arguments, mean if you have one or more headings, you can write in a different way. I will let you know both of the patterns. But if you have one thing and you want to explain it till the end, then again there is a different format. Overall, I am just telling you, first you have to give me an introduction, like any XYZ you want to explain, you can explain. I will let you know when we will solve the questions. So first you have to start it from the introduction. Introduction, make sure to explain the introduction into 4 to 5 lines. Once you will explain the introduction into 4 to 5 lines, you would be able to get 2 to 3 marks. Then next you can analyze your question. Analysis part mean you can refer to your sociologist, mean you can use the sociological material. Or you can give some relevant examples to explain your question. And the third part, that we can count it as conclusion. Once you will explain the analysis part, make sure to explain it into 5 to 6 lines. Once you will explain into 5 to 6 lines, you would be able to get 4 to 5 marks. Okay, so if we count it as 3 marks, if you can get over from the introduction, you can get 5 marks from your analysis part, and conclusion you can write it into 2 to 3 lines. Once you will explain them, you can get 1 to 2 marks. So this is how you have to attempt this overall 10 marks question, question number 3, part A. First, what I will do, I will define the key concept. I will define the key concept. Keeping in mind, I am giving you an introduction. Okay, I will start from the subcultures, and then I will explain the overall view. Like I will link it with the deviant behavior in the introduction part. So you might say what I will do, I will explain the overall view. This is something we have to do. Then number second, I will use the sociological material, mean I will be on the analysis part. Sociological material. With that particular question, the existence of subculture best explain the deviant behavior. We will start from explaining the key concepts, and then we will explain the overall view, that how these subcultures explain the deviant behavior. You can consider the format that we are going to do introduction part. Then we will use the sociological material. I mean, we are in the analysis part, and then we will respond that how your sociological material and whatever the introduction you gave and you provide in the question, how these things related to the explanation of the deviant behavior. This is just an overall format. Is that existence of subculture best explain the deviant behavior. So let's start from the introduction parts. Just explain the first word. This is subcultures. Subcultures are group within larger culture. Subcultures are group within larger culture, that have distinct norms, values, or lifestyle which differ from those of mainstream society. Differ from those of mainstream society. Now, in the first few lines or first 1.5 line, I have explained the subculture. Now, I will explain the overall view. These group develops their own ways of thinking, and behaving that may deviate from societal expectations, leading to what is termed deviant behavior. So this behavior refers to actions that go against the established or existing norms of society. Or you might use the word established established norms of society. Now here you can see in this paragraph, I gave you an overall introduction. Now you can see that first I defined the subculture, that what is subculture and how it is related to the deviant behavior. Okay, this is overview. Now what I will do, I will analyze it. I will give you some examples, some material from the sociology content. I will make sure that the argument I am giving you is exactly the same the question is asking from me, that how subculture becomes the reason of deviant behavior. Okay, now this is the starting of the next paragraph. You might start it from, for instance, Cohen's theory of status frustration, suggests that certain groups, particularly working class, youth experience frustration due to their inability to achieve status through legal means such as academic success. This frustration lead to create subculture with alternative status system, alternative status system for example, or you might say systems such as delinquent subculture, Cohen described that hard work described that mainstream values rejected like hard work, like hard work, and instead value behavior, instead value behavior, value behavior considered deviant, consider deviant, such as you might say vandalism, such as vandalism or theft. So now that was the analysis part. I have explained that this is the theory who talking about that when you can't get something after a lot of hard work, you get frustrated. And this has happened with the youth specifically. Once they are not even able to get the status, what they will do, they will involve on those activities which can be harmful to the society. For example, vandalism or the theft, or you might say the street crimes, the street killing. They will be involved in these activities. Once you ask them that you can do some hard work, they will reject these values. They believe that this is nothing, and it has nothing to do with the success. So here I have explained the phenomena. Now I'm just going to conclude my question. So what I will do, existence of subculture, existence of subculture provides framework of framework for understanding deviant behavior by highlighting how groups can develop distinct norms and values that contrast with those of the larger society. Which can involve behavior, or you can say deviate from, that may deviate from societal expectation. Now if you focused on that question, so what we did, I divide my overall question into three parts. The first paragraph, if you see over here, what we did, we explained and we provide an introduction. If you see, this is your introduction start. Okay, what is subculture, what is deviant behavior, how you can link with them. This become your overall phenomena that you have to explain. So what we did in first paragraph, we linked both of these terminologies, and then in the next paragraph we started from for instance, and then we analyze it. We provide some sociological theories. If you have more than one related theories, you can provide it. This will make your question more qualitative. Or if you want to write according to, let's say, any XYZ sociologist perspective, you can mention their names, you can mention the years. This will make your paragraph more qualitative ones. Okay, and the last paragraph, what we did, we provide a conclusion to our questions, that how this particular phenomena that we explain or we provide in the form of an example, how this is relate to our questions mean how this explain the phenomena of the deviant behavior.